KARE 11 News at noon. Today's big story we were talking is the weather.
Sure.
Things are quiet right now, but tomorrow is a KARE 11 weather impact day with snow on the way. So let's just get right to Mace.
Okay.
You know, what can we expect?
If you'd like to, I'm ready. Been looking at this storm a lot.
Stays ready.
Yeah, for a while, for a good week. The things that have changed is the system, at least now, a better sampling of it, a better look at it. So it's looking a little weaker than some of the thoughts earlier in the week, and therefore a little drier, and it is moving faster. So that's going to add up to slightly lower snow totals and hopefully less problems on the roads tomorrow. But if you're looking for snow, it's still coming. Teens, single digits over northern Minnesota, 20s into the southern part of the state. Had some sun earlier on. Now the clouds are moving in. Not much for flurries, but you look back to our west into the Dakotas and out into the northern Rockies. The snow is really picking up as the low pressure center moves in and expands. Winter weather advisories in pretty much all of central and southern Minnesota on into western Wisconsin. Only a couple of counties over there east of Eau Claire and west of Wausau in a winter storm watch, Taylor and Clark. That's where there could be maybe a little enhancement to the snow as the low picks up. But if you look at the timing, especially central Minnesota, which may have a little more snow than the metro, you see that starts to pick in quite a bit later tonight, pick up quite a bit later on tonight, and continues through tomorrow morning before it backs off tomorrow afternoon. Computer models here in the metro have come down at least halfway from where they were a couple of days ago in sort of the 1 to 3 to 4 inch zone, it looks like for us. And I'll give you the timing of that, but obviously our impact alert midnight to 6 o'clock tomorrow for the slick roads and the accumulating snow. Through the rest of the afternoon and into the overnight, temps in the teens and 20s for us today. And then we see the snow pick up into tomorrow morning. And that's when several inches will be headed our way. Of course, I'll detail things a little more timing wise coming up, and of course the totals as well. Cece.
All right, that'll be good. Thanks, Mace. With that snow on the way, we can expect to see MnDOT crews pre-treating roads starting today. And of course, they'll be out during the storm to keep the roads as clear as possible. Audrey Russo has some important reminders.
Now is the time to brush up on your best winter driving tactics, like making sure you're leaving enough room for the plow in front of you as you head out on the roads. MnDOT posted this graphic on social media in the last 36 hours showing how much bigger a plow's blind spot is than a regular car's. Now, these images come from MnDOT's 511 system. We pulled these during this morning's pre-treatment, and you can see how faint even oncoming headlights look compared to the bright plow lights. MnDOT is reminding drivers that plows are 15 times heavier than cars, so in a collision, the plow will win every single time. So slow down, give them enough room to do their job. When it comes to pre-treating, it's important to remember that salt is material and not a miracle. It can stop compaction from forming on the roads, especially at intersections, bridges, and the bottom of ramps, but it doesn't eliminate all icy conditions. Luckily, MnDOT's plows are equipped with a system that tracks temperatures, wind speed, changing conditions. It then recommends to the driver how much salt to put down, really optimizing their usage of salt. You can follow along with the plows tomorrow and see when they're coming to your neighborhood by going to 511mn.org. Back to you.
Good reminders there. And as the snow approaches, stick with KARE 11 on the go with the KARE 11 app. Scan the QR code on your screen for custom alerts and live radar at your fingertips. We're following two deadly shootings in Minneapolis that happened less than 6 hours apart. One was a double shooting on 26th Avenue North. In the last few hours, we learned a man and a woman in their 20s were found with gunshot wounds inside a home. The man died at the scene, but the woman is expected to be okay. Officers believe the shots came from outside the home, so they're working to find suspects. Michelle Beck was at the scene early this morning with a look at the aftermath.
Minneapolis police confirm with me this is a shooting. One person is dead, another person has been hurt, and this has been devastating news, especially for one woman who we heard here on scene repeat these words, "My son, my son." And we can see the aftermath of the tragedy right here. We saw at least 17 evidence markers, some in front of the home and others next to the home in an alley. This is the cross streets of Thomas Avenue and North 26th Avenue. MPD tells me it happened at 1:45 a.m. No information yet about who fired their weapon and where they are now, but it appears police are doing what they can to get some answers. We saw the crime lab here as well as the medical examiner and the sheriff's office. And in the early hours this morning, we saw quite a number of people here, a lot of them being family. An officer here on site tells me there was at one point a warming bus to keep them all safe. In Minneapolis, Michelle Beck, KARE 11 News.
The other deadly shooting was on 18th Avenue South. Minneapolis police tell us they were called to an area shortly before 9 last night where they found a 31-year-old man with gunshot wounds. He later died at the hospital. Police also say 3 to 4 people ran from the scene, but so far no arrests have been made. In national news, today marks a critical day for President Trump's immigration crackdown. A Massachusetts judge is considering a lawsuit linked to multiple states. CNN's Amy Kiley brings us the latest from both the courtroom and in Guantanamo Bay.
He's doing exactly what the people told him they wanted him to do.
It's a critical moment for President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. Today, a Massachusetts judge is considering a lawsuit from multiple states. It challenges an executive order on ending birthright citizenship for children of some immigrants. The Trump administration is appealing a preliminary injunction from a similar case in Seattle.
There are responsible judges inside the judiciary who I think are taking on the Trump administration.
The administration is bringing its own lawsuit against officials in Illinois, Cook County, and Chicago. It argues law enforcement there must turn over undocumented immigrants to ICE, even if their only crime is being in the U.S. illegally.
Just let us know when you release them, let us be there. Let law enforcement work for law enforcement.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is set to visit the Guantanamo Bay Naval Base today. Trump wants to house thousands of immigrants in its migrant detention facility.
It's a place that we can build upon, that we can send the worst of the worst.
Advocates say undocumented immigrants who contribute to society deserve a pathway to citizenship, not mass deportations.
There are people who came here looking for a better life, who are law-abiding, who are actually working, who are contributing to our economy. I have 400,000 open jobs in the state of New York right now. We need their help.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
President Trump's mass buyouts for federal employees are on hold for now. The initial deadline passed overnight, but a federal judge blocked it from taking effect until at least Monday after several unions filed lawsuits. A Trump administration official tells NBC News so far around 60,000 employees have accepted, which is still fewer than expected. The offer to resign now and get paid through September went out to more than 2 million workers. Now to a major health alert this afternoon. The Minnesota Department of Health is reporting the state's first pediatric death from the flu this year. Officials say flu activity is still high in Minnesota, with more than 30% of statewide tests coming back positive this week. During that same time, there's also been 19 outbreaks in schools. MDH says as many as 10 children have died of the flu each year in the state since the 2004-2005 flu season. Health officials say one of the best ways to stay healthy is by getting vaccinated. But looking at data from the CDC, vaccinations among kids are falling nationwide. In the last 5 years, rates have dropped 14%. Just over 44% of kids have gotten the flu shot. That's compared to 58% in 2020. We're also tracking bird flu concerns. The Milwaukee County Zoo is now closing its aviary after dead birds washed up on the shores of Lake Michigan. The birds were found on the shores in both Wisconsin and Illinois, some of them showing symptoms of bird flu. State officials are now testing samples to confirm. The aviary at the zoo is home to hundreds of birds, including endangered species. We're told the shutdown is precautionary. Meanwhile, sources at the National Institute of Health say funding for new research is still being held up. New guidance this week is allowing some meetings to move forward, but others were canceled once again. Some worry it could delay the start of projects at the world's largest funder of biomedical research. Turning to